going on, guys? It is Parker here, and today we are going to be doing a review of the audio pipe APCLE-15001D. So let's open up the box and get into it. Alright guys, so here is the box. Now, you can't see this on the video, but it's actually a pretty big box. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is the APCLE-15001D. And this is the APCLE, so it's a little newer than some of the older ones. And there aren't that many good reviews on YouTube of this amp, so I figured I might as well pick one up and test it out. So first off, we got our little instructions manual. Okay, so this says use a 100 amp fuse with 2 to 4 gauge wire, and they actually give us a fuse block, which I'll show you all in a few. And they're showing you how to wire it up. This amp is strappable, so you could have one sub off 2 of these amps if you wanted. So this is the 1000 for the 1500. Their RMS power rating is 600 watts at 4 ohms, 950 at 2 ohms, and 1500 watts at 1 ohm. And if you go on YouTube, several other people who have dynos have dynoed this, and it does seem to push, pretty close to that. Some are a little over, some are a little under, but again, it does seem to be rated pretty accurately. So, yeah, that's that. Next, in here, we have a massive fuse block. You're not going to be able to tell in the video, but this thing is a beefy fuse block. And it's good for, I believe, at least 1 gauge wire. That is a really big hole. But, yeah, and it has a 100 amp fuse. So, I'm probably not going to be using this because I already have everything set up, but it's really cool that they send this along with it, and you totally could use this. And I might at some point, if I do upgrade to 0 gauge wire. And then in here, we have our remote bass knob, and it's pretty cool. It's got like, I don't know what you'd call it, but basically you can, see through this. So I guess if it was to get hot or something, it could let the heat up. I don't know. It's just kind of a cool look, and it kind of goes with the theme they got going on over here. And it is a aux, 3.5 aux plug-in. So it's not like some of the ones that have the phone wires, but still, it will get the job done, and it's pretty cool. Okay, so finally, we have the amp itself. So here she is. So again, it's going to be really hard to tell on camera, but it's actually a pretty beefy amp. It's pretty heavy. So if you look through there, we've got some really good venting. That's really cool. And what I really like about this is that it's going to force the amp to be set up a little bit higher, because those dip down. So it's going to force the amp to, not just be sitting flush on the ground or wherever you have it, mounted. So that's really cool. It'll definitely help it ventilate a lot better. And you could pop off this back and see all the internals, but I'm not the internal whiz, so we're not going to deal with that. But yeah, APCLE, 1500 watt. It says AP now. Audio pipe over here. So up here we have our 4 speaker channels, and it shows, if you go from this one to here, it shows a little 1 ohm min. So I guess they're saying it's best to hook it up to these 2 instead of going there or there, but yeah. And then over here we have our constant, remote, and ground. Now, as I said in the directions, this is for 2 or 4 gauge wire. It really doesn't look like 0 gauge would fit in there. I'm sure you could make it work, but again, it doesn't really look like it's meant for 0 gauge, but honestly, you probably wouldn't necessarily need 0 gauge. And then on this side, we have our RCA inputs and outputs, and this is bridgeable, so you can run RCA from this to another amp like this. And then, let's see, You can't set it to slave or master, but if you went from this one and then you went into, I guess, the bridge. No, this is the bridge in, and this is the bridge out. So if you went from here into here, another one, it then would bridge it. So you wouldn't have to, you'd leave, on the other amp, you'd leave all the gains and stuff alone, and then on this amp would be controlling the other amp. So you could have, 2 amps powering one sub or something like that. It's pretty cool that this amp is strappable. Especially for this price, which is about $150, that's a really neat feature. But yeah, we got little metal knobs. That's pretty cool. A lot of times they'll be plastic and they'll be kind of brittle. And then we got very strong metal RCA inputs and outputs, which is really cool. I know on a lot of, especially cheaper amps, these will be, they won't be connected to the actual frame. They'll just be connected to the motherboard, and they'll be connected by plastic, and oftentimes they'll snap off if you're not careful. So, yeah. Overall, so far, seems like a really great amp. Let's put it in the car and see how it does. Alright guys, so we have it hooked up. And all these are just a Phillips screw type, so that's really nice. Makes it easy to unscrew and screw, and you don't got to worry about finding an Allen wrench or stripping it out. And it felt like pretty high quality pieces when you unscrew them and screw them back in. We're going to be pushing this old Alpine Type R that I have. We're not going to be pushing it anything crazy, just testing it out, seeing how it sounds. But stay tuned. There are going to be some pretty big things happening here as soon as the weather gets to where it's going to stay nice around here. Thinking about doing some pretty big upgrades back here in the trunk. So lots of videos are going to be coming before too long, so please stay tuned. We'd really appreciate it if y'all would subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting close, but not quite there. But anyway, let's turn this on and test her out. Alright, so we have their blue light. That is definitely a good sign. At the moment, we have all of those all the way down. We're going to go ahead and play something. So I can feel it hitting a little bit. But again, all this is all the way off. The high pass filter all the way off. There we go. stay in here to see how it sounds. Something a little bit different.
Друзья. Друзья.
Alright guys, well that will conclude this video. That's my review of the audio pipe, the 15001D. I really like it so far, but just started testing it out. So we're gonna keep testing it out and just see how it does. But yeah, I'm really sorry. I feel like this video is lacking just because I don't have a sub that I really could push with this thing. This guy right here is old and I don't really want to blow it. And then my JL, that thing would blow in a heartbeat if I really pushed it. So actually might do a video of me blowing that up here soon, since everybody liked me blowing up that dual in that video. But yeah, anyway guys, thank y'all so much for watching. New equipment is going to be coming soon. We need to get something big enough so we can really test out this amp and see what it can push. I had the gain below halfway. I had bass boost totally off. I had my head unit super low. It goes up to like 60, I think, and I had it maybe 25. So I was being super duper easy on it. But yeah, once again, thank y'all so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, because then I can monetize, which means I can justify spending, more money on equipment to review for y'all. So yeah, thanks once again, guys. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think of this amp. Thanks, guys.
Друзья.